Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
Hello. Hello.
Yo, yo, yo.
Was this is smoothish? Smooth enough,
Yeah.
right? I'm doing it from my phone. What can I say? Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I'm hosting, apparently, on a trip.
Hey, I offered, man. But apparently I'm too much of a peasant.
I didn't even know you offered, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I said, yeah,
I
just
just
send me the
jumped
login
on.
credentials.
Oh,
That's all
oops. But yeah, how we doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Doing well. Doing really well.
Schedule release, correct? That came out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
XFL Championship.
Came out on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah, it's come out over the last week.
Yeah.
No Blake.
Kind of hate
tonight.
it for my Hawks, man. But we'll get into that.
Man, I'm not a big fan of the Bears schedule. So.
I like the Packers schedule. I don't know how we got 5 primetime games. Oh.
No clue. Anyways, you can see my wife in the background. I got a real Vrabel thing going on right now. Mike Vrabel. He's a coach for the Titans.
But
You
also
can
not.
see we're on
not
the
a Yeti.
internets. This
Hi,
is my
Mrs.
wife, Rick.
Veronica. No,
You know,
your wife's
no.
name is not Rick.
This is Alyssa, not
Okay.
Mrs. Capronica. We're not that old yet.
No, we have 5 scheduled primetime games. I think we end with 4.
Okay.
I'm just saying Rick is a really weird name for a wife. Oh.
Bye, Alyssa.
I'll text you.
Have fun at the bar.
She can't hear you. I have
I know.
headphones on.
I know she can't hear me.
What do you guys want to start with? You want to start with Rick? Do you want to gloat?
Do I want to gloat?
About
You mean about the
your bottom dweller birds?
Yeah, that was fun, man.
Hey, we
I'll tell
outscored you in the series, though. I don't know if you
It's
saw
true.
that.
We did.
We did outscore you.
But we still won the series.
You did. But we outscored you.
That's fine, but just not in the first 2 games out of the 3 games. Yeah, man, it's been disappointing. I mean, what a letdown the Cardinals have been this season. I really feel like you guys said it in the chat, like they really had all the makings to be, one of the top teams. But
And they still do.
yeah, we still do. We just have a terrible staff, an absolutely terrible staff.
Do you think the coach is the problem?
The coaches.
Oh, 100%, 1,000%.
I don't think he's the guy.
Why did they fire
Yeah.
Schlitt
I don't know.
Mike Schilt.
or Schultz?
I don't know why. Maybe I just missed it, but I don't remember reading anything that came out about what really happened between them. But there was some clash between him and
Philosophy
kind of the
difference.
philosophical differences. But the Cardinals
Yeah.
were fucking winning games with him.
Yeah, they look good. I liked him as a manager.
Yeah. And I could be wrong here, but as far as I know, the players seem to like him well enough.
Mm-hmm.
They liked him well enough to fucking do good things on the field. But no, our new manager is an idiot. I think that the pitching staff needs to be gutted completely. But with that being said, and as much as I hate being literally the worst team in the National League, it was still cool to be able to start the first 2 games of the series, pulling one over the Cubs at their place there at Wrigley Field, having to respell Wrigley Field with just the R instead of the W.
And
because the Cardinals
ironically,
the W.
our coach cost us a second game.
Yes,
No.
yes, he did.
Yes,
he
he
He's
did.
cost us a lot of games.
Yes, because I don't think Assad should have pitched the 9th. Welcome back,
Okay.
Alyssa. because Assad was looking tired in the 8th and was giving up hard contact.
Yeah.
And still pitched the 9th for whatever reason.
Yeah. But it was just disappointing. Still, there's still a lot of season left. The Cardinals have always, and maybe not to this extreme, but it seems like the Cardinals always seem to start out slow. Maybe not quite this slow, but they always seem to start out
This is
slow.
historically bad for them.
Huh? Yeah, this is historically bad. You're absolutely right. This is historically bad for them. But I'm hoping maybe if one extreme can be true, maybe the other extreme can be true as well. And hopefully they when they get hot late in the season like they usually do, they don't fizzle out. They just stay on fire, which I know would be much to the chagrin of you fellas. But
I put them in the World Series, but I don't want to.
I did not.
But you gotta think Nolan Arenado's not gonna stay hitting like he's hitting now.
Yeah, you say that, but I mean, Yelich fell off a cliff.
I mean, Yelich, but I feel like Arenado's got more of a track record of not doing this.
That's true.
But like, Arenado's just not hitting. Goldschmidt's not really hitting very well for the reigning MVP.
They just don't feel like they want to play for this dude. I could be wrong,
No.
but none of them looked happy. And then you got the Wilson stuff, which is weird.
Yeah.
Which
I think in and of itself is a real shame. Because again, I think that comes down to the coaching. I mean, also I will lend a little bit of leniency to the fact that, I mean, look, they're still getting used to life without Yachty. He was there. They had chemistry with him. Waino, played forever with Yadier Molina. So, I mean, I get it. It's going to take time to adjust. And even, I'm at a loss of the other guy's name, but Kinsner, I think his name is
Kinsner.
Kisner, yeah. He's at least been around there for a little while, so it's a little bit easier with him. But it seems like the players all get along really well with Wilson Contreras. It's just developing that chemistry in spite of a terrible coaching staff.
Well, what it is, he just doesn't, and he's never had a great track record with calling games.
Right.
But they're insisting on making him call games when he was doing it.
Right.
Instead of just having the pitch comm on, they don't do the pitch comm. Have a pitch comm on and have your pitcher tell you what he wants to pitch.
Right.
He's capable enough. But I mean, if that's what they want to do, if they want to pay all that money for a glorified DH for 5 years.
And I was reading a little bit about kind of that whole situation, and it seemed, I think Waino actually had a pretty good heart-to-heart with Contreras, and the players all really seem to like him a lot. It's just I think that the Cardinals are really in a bad situation with their coaching staff right now, which is a shame because I do think they have a pretty damn good roster. It's just they don't, it's like giving Jeff Fisher the Kansas City Chiefs,
Well, I for one am enjoying it, so
yeah. Well,
I'm going to enjoy it while I can.
I let you get your fun in.
Yeah.
Cubs aren't doing much better. At least they're winning tonight.
Currently, yeah.
But
I switched off because I was watching.
Right now, all of the Illinois to Missouri teams are just dog crap. The Cubs have a manager that doesn't know how to manage. The White Sox, they're already talking about firing Pedro Grifol. And,
oh, damn.
We had Rob on, and he was really excited about him, but before the season.
Right.
So I don't know. Good Lord, my beard does look mighty fierce here. Looks huge.
It does. Looks amazing. Mine looks like trash.
I was gonna shave it all off, but now I don't know. I think I might go chop a tree down.
Yeah.
Lumberjack Ryan.
Yeah, just pull it right out of the ground.
Like
So-
a lawn gnome. All you need is one of those pointy hats. You look like a lawn gnome.
Yes, that's actually
He is tall
it's
enough
actually
for that.
better. Yeah. So baseball is in baseball mode now,
Yes,
but
it
we
is.
did have some football shit to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes,
I'll
we
give
do
you the
indeed.
floor for the XFL, Mr. XFL Rick Warren.
I'm gonna grab my charger real quick, so I'll be right back. My laptop's out there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys talked too much about the semifinals last week.
We didn't
We
talk
didn't
about it at all.
want to with you being gone.
Fair enough. Yeah. So obviously we have the XFL championship tomorrow between the Arlington Renegades and the DC Defenders.
The 4 and 9,
4 and 6.
4 and 6, yeah. In the
Yeah, but I
championship
will
game.
tell you what, they surprised the hell out of it. They played exquisite football
They
against
did.
the Houston Roughnecks.
They did, and I don't
They're
think
in
I know
Houston.
for a fact I didn't give them a chance.
No, I thought that was going to be Houston's game all day, but damn, and I mean, just on both sides of the ball, Luis Perez played fantastic.
I'll
Went
catch up with
19
you
for
guys.
27 for 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Did just an awesome job.
Good
Devontae
playoff
Payton
football.
Devontae Payton 5 for 121, 2 touchdowns. Caleb Van Der Esch 5 for 60. And yeah, just the Renegades just looked really good on both sides of the football. Highlighted by Luis Perez. I think obviously they traded for him kind of towards the back end of the regular season there. And
It's a big move. It turned out to be.
It turned out to be a very good move. And
It turned out to be the right move.
it absolutely turned out to be the right move. And I think just looking at the Renegades roster from the top down, they seem to have, because a lot of these guys are former Battle Hawks, from 2020. And I remember how good that team was back in 2020. I'm not a fan of Oklahoma, but I respect Coach Stoops.
That's right.
So you really expected bigger and better things out of the Renegades this year, but obviously that move that they made for Luis Perez worked out for them in a big way. The Houston Roughnecks didn't do so well. Final score 26-11. Cole McDonald went 9 for 25 for 82 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and then Brandon Silvers went in 3 for 6 for 22. So it was a rough day for the Roughnecks, and the Renegades advance to the championship as the 4 and 6 team. I'm rooting for them to win it all.
Because you want chaos.
Or not the Roughnecks, the Renegades.
Renegades, yeah.
Yeah, the Renegades,
chaos.
I want chaos.
I'm throwing my hat in with you.
I threw my hat in last week with you, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, I just want to see the world burn.
Podcast now. No longer a Battle Hawks.
And it's tough too, because there are former Battle Hawks on the DC Defenders as well, headlined by Jordan Teamu. Love Jordan Teamu, but I think it would just be hilarious if the XFL champions went 4 and 6 in the regular season.
That would be awesome.
That was another really, really good game, though. That was up until until the third quarter there. It was kind of a gritty game. It really was. And then DC just took over and never really looked back. But excellent game. A lot of fireworks. For Seattle Dragons, Ben DiNucci went 31 for 48 for 295 and 3 touchdowns.
Insane. In a losing effort.
In a losing effort. Yeah, in a losing effort. Jordan Teamu, 19 for 31 for 258, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So he actually had a bit of a rough game to begin with.
He did.
He looked a lot better in the second half.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Is it
It's
porn?
okay.
I was trying to pull up the score of the Cubs game on my
Oh.
phone, and it pulled up an ad. So I can't watch the game because
Cubs
I'm an
game.
Apple.
Cubs game. Pornhub. Horn pub.
Yeah. No, what I will give Seattle credit for, though, and maybe this is something, kind of a feather that Arlington can put in their caps and kind of focus on tomorrow. Surprisingly, with Jordan Teamu looking a little bit rougher to begin with, Abram Smith, the running back from the DC Defenders, who's been just an absolute beast all season long, in the semifinals went 23 rushing attempts for 48 yards.
Oh gosh, that's bad.
Yeah. And I think he went off for just north of 200 yards against us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's been phenomenal, but Seattle shut down that damn running game. They really did. But man, the DC Defenders definitely looked human, so now we have the
For
9-1. Yeah, for sure. Except for that time that they lost to the winless Orlando Guardians, that was like literally their only win of the season.
Their only win.
Yeah.
There we go. My phone was dying.
So-
I had to go get my little battery thing.
And so now here we are, Ryan getting
we
some
are.
action. I think that's Danny in the comment section.
52
52
John,
John.
87 Deer.
That is
one.
definitely Danny. That is Leather Danny. But yeah, no. So now here we are with the Arlington Renegades and the DC Defenders in the championship. You have the 9-1 DC Defenders and the 4-6 Arlington Renegades live at the Alamo Dome tomorrow. I don't know what time. I think it's like in the evening sometime, like 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock
Did you get it?
Eastern time.
I don't know.
But
anyhow,
anyhow.
on phone, I have no way to look it up. I could
7 p.m.
Siri-
Eastern. Yeah.
I could do
Yep.
Siri on my watch.
Tomorrow. Yep. 7
Oh no,
p.m.
yeah,
Eastern.
no. Yep. Okay. So 7 p.m. Eastern. So do you guys want to call it right here? Who we not who you're rooting for, but who you betting on? I guess we'll kind of do both.
Betting on probably DC, but I'm not 100% like sold on them. It seems like if you can hold Teamu to a game like that, and if you can get your quarterback to come out and have a game, like I think there's a real path for Arlington to win. I want them to win, but I think DC, the best team in the league, is going to end up winning.
Keith?
That I 100% agree. Like, I really want the Renegades to win, just because I want chaos too. But I think it's DC. Sorry, it's 7 p.m. Central Time.
Okay. So 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I was looking at the South Championship game is what I was looking at.
Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of lean the same way. The one thing I will say to, maybe to lend a little bit of leniency to Jordan Teamu, to Seattle's credit, the past several weeks up until they lost to DC in the playoffs, the past few weeks, like the last few weeks of the season, they got hot quick and they were dangerous. They had a insane pass rush.
It was like a Legion of Boom.
Yeah, very, very much so.
It's funny because it's from Seattle.
Seattle, right? Yeah. They had a really good defense. Their offense was humming. Ben DiNucci stopped making most of the mistakes that he was making. Although we saw a lot of that early on in the season. But I'm kind of thinking the same thing. Ryan's not here, so we can't pin this comment, but Shannon says he's picking Seattle.
Hey, I don't think Seattle's going to win.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Seattle. He says, I'm picking Seattle. It'll be one hell of a surprise upset, and the payout is amazing on those odds.
Seattle
true.
comes in and just kills DC, just like obliterates them and takes their spot.
That's Seattle's music.
Yeah, Seattle ends up making a surprise like WWE appearance, even though they've been eliminated from the playoffs.
That's got to be the Sea Dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Arlington Renegades and the DC Defenders, I want Arlington to win. Betting odds have to go in the favor overwhelmingly of DC though. They've been phenomenal.
You guys can see up my nose now.
I can't.
I had to
indeed.
move. My phone was dying, and then my little battery thing kept beeping at me, so I had to plug in. So I'm on my bed,
Sexy.
Nice.
seductively podcasting with this beautiful light
Yeah.
right next to me,
How about that?
shining in my eyes. Hey, baby. Hey, girl. What's going on?
Hey, girl, hey.
You go, hey.
You want to
It's gonna be a good game, I think.
It'll be a fun game to watch if I get to watch it.
I probably won't get to. We've got the wedding. That's,
It's gonna be rough.
I'm going to be coming off the show early, so this is probably going to be a shorter, quicker show. Can't find a good
Understood.
word.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
If
I gotta
you
go
leave, how do
catch
we
up
end
with
the
my
show?
wife at a
If you leave, how do we end
I
the
think
show?
it
You
makes
don't.
one of us. It doesn't make one of us the host.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll try to power through the rest of this then, I guess. So we want to talk NHL playoffs real quick.
Yeah. I have no idea what's going on in the NHL playoffs.
We could talk about NHL just in general because the Connor Bedard is coming to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Chicago wins the one
Hey,
overall
hey.
pick.
Hey, did you guys know that the NHL's rigged?
Well, apparently Arian
Fucking
Foster
rigged.
thinks the NFL's rigged as well.
You guys are obviously bigger NBA fans than I am, but
I am not.
okay, well, whatever. But
Whatever, me.
whatever, Keith.
Hey,
And-
hey.
Whatever.
It's while we're in the middle of hockey.
I can still do this.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I
Okay.
can still do that. Oh,
While
man, it's
we're
all
live on
switched
the
up
air.
now.
It's okay.
Florida has just knocked off Toronto.
Really?
Wow.
They just won 3-2 in overtime.
That is insane.
Wow.
So for those that don't know, the Florida Panthers were the second wild card team in that conference.
Mm-hmm.
They beat out the number 1 seed Boston and have now steamrolled the
Didn't they
number
have like
2
an
seed.
all-time record? Boston did, like one of the
Yeah,
best records ever.
They had-
150 points or something in the season.
Yeah, they had, I believe, the best regular season record of all time.
Yeah, this
in
is
NHL
this
history.
is the Mariners in 01, 111 wins,
Something like that. Yeah,
best team in the league. Cubs just
Knocked
did
out.
something.
knocked out. In the
Yeah,
first round of
Morel
the-
just hit a 2-run shot.
knocked out in the first round of the playoffs by the second wild card team.
Yeah.
Florida
Yep.
won that series 4-3, and in this series absolutely steamrolled the Toronto Maple Leafs, the number 2 seed, 4-1.
So
Sorry,
is this
excuse me. Yeah.
is this going to is that the Eastern final?
That is the Eastern semifinals.
Semifinal. So they're
Second
going
round.
to the Eastern finals
Yep.
then. Okay.
Against the and that is going to be against the Hurricanes.
Isn't that also a Florida team?
No, that's Carolina. Carolina Hurricanes.
Carolina.
I don't know hockey very well.
Miami
So-
Hurricanes is a college team.
Thanks.
Yeah.
My bad.
So that's
We'll go home now.
that's nuts. That I think that really, as much as I'm kind of touting the Seattle Kraken, I think that really the most compelling story in the NHL playoffs right now has to be the Florida Panthers.
Who's the money on right now?
I don't
Keith, do
know,
your job. Look that
to
up.
be honest. Really, this is more of a.
I get paid for something.
I would have to say I'm assuming Carolina's probably at this point the favorite.
I would assume so.
Or Seattle.
Well, Seattle's actually down right now, 3-2 against
that's
Dallas.
right. That's right. Yeah, I think it's Carolina, but I'm not sure.
I would assume it's Carolina. They've dominated in both playoff series that they've played in so far. Neither of their series have gone to 7 games against the New York Islanders or the New Jersey Devils. So, I would imagine they have to be the favorite. But man,
so much hockey in that area.
I am rooting for a Florida Panthers versus Seattle Kraken Stanley Cup Finals.
That'd be fun. I'd watch a lot of that.
Yeah.
Getting some new teams.
So who's left?
So right now we
Dallas,
have
Seattle.
Yep. Really, it's just the Western Conference that hasn't been decided yet. So in the East we've got Florida and Carolina. They move on to the Eastern
Final.
Championship. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in the West, we've got Seattle versus Dallas. Dallas leads 3-2. Seattle plays them again tomorrow. And Seattle just, I believe, they're up 3-2. And then you've got the Vegas Knights versus the Edmonton Oilers. The series is tied 2-2.
I want to see Vegas and
so
Seattle,
if you have betting odds,
the Western.
Edmonton is the favorite.
The Oilers.
That makes sense.
Yes. If
That
you go by
does make
betting
actually
odds,
more
Edmonton
sense.
is.
Who's second?
There you go. With who's left? New Jersey's gone, right?
Yeah.
So Carolina is next. So it's Edmonton,
okay.
Carolina, Dallas, Florida, Seattle for betting odds.
Don't
That
even
sounds
give
about
any
right.
love to Vegas.
I'll tell you what, man. Dallas is a tough ass team.
It's so crazy how good these Southern United States hockey teams have become.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
You've got a team in Vegas in the middle of the desert, and they're in the playoffs for the second time in their very, very early history.
Well, the first year they were in the league, they went to the
that's
championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they haven't been in the league, but for 3-4 years.
Something like that.
See, to me, right now, with Oakland, sorry, Rick, with Oakland moving to Las Vegas, the A's, you could very conceivably, I think it can work out to where you can see a football game, baseball game, and a hockey game all in the same weekend. But that's only if the A's make it to the playoffs.
Sure.
Which
who knows? I mean,
cool.
That
Vegas
would
become a sports town.
Yeah. I think that would become an attractive spot for free agents.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. So
depends on what the ballpark is.
Sure.
Are they going to kick the Vipers out and reclaim Cashman
Field as a temporary site? And that would be hilarious.
Oh God, that'd be
hilarious.
hilarious.
They're going to retrofit it to play baseball.
That would be the MLB equivalent, I think, of the maybe
the St. Louis Cardinals going to Springfield and playing as the Springfield Cardinals.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is that would be the MLB equivalent, maybe a much, much poorer man's equivalent, but kind of to the Rams and Chargers situation a few years ago before that big gaudy ass stadium that they play in now got built. The Chargers were playing at a soccer stadium in Inglewood, I believe.
Yep.
It was like a 20,000 seat. It is, yeah.
Apparently that Morrell home
never got filled with
460.
I thought it was 429.
No, it's 4 something. Sorry, Rick.
No, you're good. Never got
Cubs
filled
are
with
scoring runs again.
Who gives a shit? Fuck the Cubs. But
hey,
no,
you're not.
Yeah, that place never got. I'm not. But no, it never got filled with Chargers fans at that soccer field. I remember watching like a Chiefs game.
Team.
They do. They really do.
Los Angeles will not ever support even 2 football teams.
Even one. They really
one.
don't even support the Rams.
The Rams are going to be like at the bottom of the attendance game, I'm sure, by the end of the year, just because
I mean,
like
they
they're
have
not good.
attendance at like they have people show up to that stadium, but it's never Rams fans.
That's true. Every other
It's
team fills it up.
right.
It's fun to watch when they played each other last year.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. It's empty.
What I will say, a point that I really should have made a few weeks ago when we were talking about, the possibility of the Chargers relocating to St. Louis. I will kind of make an amendment to one of the points that I made. I had said at the time that I think that the Chargers, if you were going to relocate a team to St. Louis as opposed to expanding the league and kind of making a homegrown team there in St. Louis, the Chargers, I think, would definitely work. The one other team that I think would work and maybe even have a little bit more success from a fan support standpoint, the one and only other team that I think could do it would be the Cardinals returning to St. Louis.
Yeah, I just don't think
because
that
there's
ever happens.
No, I don't think it does. But just purely, in a what ifs type scenario.
There was talks about them coming back to their original home. Around when the Bears first purchased Arlington
Chicago.
Heights. Yeah, there was talk about Lightfoot trying to make a pitch to them to come take up Soldier Field when the Bears move. But I just don't see that happening.
No.
I think Arizona, when they're good, they have a pretty good fan base.
Oh yeah, no, they do. The only reason I brought that up, with the St. Louis situation is there are still, they're older now, but there are still a lot of fans, that were around, when they played in St. Louis. Still a lot of Big Red fans out there, and I think that the Bidwell family, for the most part, they didn't leave on bad terms with St. Louis. It was kind of their hand was forced type of situation. It's not like it wasn't the same type of deal when the Rams left and Kroenke just shit all over the city on his way out. Like they left with a tear in their eye. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you were to bring the Cardinals back, we look no further than the Battlehawks just a few weeks ago.
Yep.
So I think that if you were to, if by some crazy chance the football Cardinals were to return to St. Louis, I think that they do just fine. Yeah. But anyhow, that aside, kind of pinging back to hockey here, the only series that I've really been paying attention to is obviously the Seattle Kraken against the Dallas Stars. I'm rooting for Seattle to win it all now that St. Louis is, not that they were ever in the playoffs, but they've been terrible.
Now that the playoffs have started.
Yeah, now that the playoffs have started. Yeah. But no, I will tell you what, man, I respect the absolute shit out of the Dallas Stars.
Dude,
I remember a few years ago when the Blues won the cup, I remember how much of an absolute dogfight we had with Dallas there in the Western Finals. Dallas is a tough team. They always have been. They are incredibly fast. They're aggressive. Their goalie is phenomenal, and they had a really good goalie back then. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but dude was just like the goalie they have now. Dude is an absolute stonewall. I think Seattle, where they
Bergeron or something, was it?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm for whatever reason the name just escapes me right now. But
yeah, I can't. I don't have a computer to look things up. And keep slacking.
What I will say,
everything you said. Sorry.
To Seattle's credit, I think that they're a lot more of a tactical team. They have speed, and they can, when they use it, they're deadly with it. But I think where they excel is they have incredible depth. There's really not a drop off of play, regardless of which line is out there on the ice. Right. They have, I think, one of the best depth charts in that regard in the league. But
They don't have like a superstar, but what they do
Right.
have is they have depth, and I think even more than that, they've got really good coaching. Because I
Yeah.
think that this coaching staff is putting players in the best position to play and for them to succeed, and I think that's what's gotten them so far.
Right. They don't have a superstar in offense. If I were to say just a superstar in general on that team, their goalie, Grubauer. That guy
Group
is a
power?
freaking That guy has been a freaking acrobat. But he's not really getting he hasn't gotten much help, from the defense there for Seattle. I think that for them, they kind of have to play Dallas's game a little bit. I think that the other night when they dominated, just absolutely dog walked the Dallas Stars, they kind of played Dallas. They kind of fed Dallas their own medicine, where they were just constantly on the tack, constantly physical, constantly pushing the pace, which I think for them that's one of two ways to beat Dallas in this series. I think with any speed team, you have to make it a very you have to kind of punch them in the mouth, so to speak,
You got to play
early
aggressive.
on. You have to play
come
aggressive.
out swinging at fastballs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It seems like when they're not doing that, when they're just kind of trying to turn into a chess match, Dallas is too fast for that. They're too fast to be threatened by that. So I think for Seattle, for them, if they continue to push the pressure on Dallas, and knock the Stars on their asses a few times, they can have games like they did when they won whatever it was, like 7-2, or where they had 7 different players score a goal.
Yeah, something
the other
nutty.
night. That was insane. 7 different players scoring a goal. So I'm rooting for them. I think regardless, for Seattle, to their credit, for them, they made some history of their own, being the first team in NHL history to be making their playoff debut and knock the defending champions out of the playoffs in the first round.
Really?
Yeah, in the Colorado Avalanche. They beat the Colorado Avalanche in their playoff debut.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
oh wow.
And they're making Dallas work for it. Dallas is up 1 game right now. But it's still a very competitive series. So I think if nothing else, Seattle, regardless of what happens, they have a lot to be able to hang their hat on.
It's been good playoff hockey and basketball, I think, over the last week or two. This Lakers,
Golden State.
That's been a lot of fun to watch.
Is it going to go 7, you think?
Probably. I think it has to. I think this is like LeBron. LeBron has the dude that directed The Last Dance following him around.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you think
We'll
Golden
see.
State takes Game 6?
I do. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Corgi. The Corgi voted for Golden
Corgi?
State to win. Yeah.
He
The
did.
Corgi with the basketball down the stairs.
He did. I
So-
saw that.
Rick, the NFL schedule came out.
Indeed it did. Oh, one last thing before we
Yes.
get into the NFL. Another hockey thing. So you may notice I am wearing a Jacksonville Icemen hat.
It's a very cool
Still think it's just
hat,
semen.
too.
Thank you. They are in the ECHL Kelly Cup playoffs. They're currently playing against the. I went to a playoff game the other night, last weekend. For my birthday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Man, was it fun! Going against the Florida Everblades, and
Everblades?
yes, their
Dude,
logo
this
is
is
like a
nice.
gator.
Nice play on words. I like it.
This is like an all-time league for cool names.
Yeah, the
We've got the-
ECHL is fun.
We've got the Ice Hogs up by it.
Hell yeah! But no,
We have the
it's
Junior Blues.
Yeah,
the
that's
Junior
true.
Blues. Jesus. No, it was fun
That's
though.
what they're called.
The place was packed. That place is always packed for the Icemen. Loud fans. We had great seats right behind,
Nice.
right center ice, like 3 rows behind the players' bench, and people were just like
Cost
smacking
you
the shit out of the
$5.
glass behind the opposing team. And no, the place was loud, electric, just a ton of fun. But anyhow, yes, no, the NFL schedule release. You were saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, came out. I loved what the Bears did with their schedule release video. It was a good
That was
play
freaking
on
dope.
Bear. It was,
That was dope.
really
Oh,
well
nice.
done. The Chargers stay winning with theirs, just not on the field apparently. They had another.
Did you see the one I
Tampa
sent you with
Bay-
Seth Rollins in it?
Uh-uh.
It's in the
Oh
group
yeah,
chat.
yeah.
I'll send
Yeah, I saw that. That's
I lo-
that's the one that they did. That was a parody of the Bear.
That was the
that show
official
on
one.
FX.
One?
Yeah.
talking
I
any-
don't know what the bear is
I
apparently.
guess I'll
There you go. Now we'll
switch it up here.
So yeah, I'm not happy about the Bears' schedule as much. We play Green Bay week 1.
I don't know
and
why you
week
only
18,
got 2 prime times.
and we only have 2 primetime games. We have a Sunday night and a Monday night, but we also have 2 Thursday night games, which I guess are technically primetime because they're the only one on, but they're also
Right.
Thursdays, and I hate Thursday football.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm playing softball usually.
yeah. Our schedule's weird. I hate
How
it.
did
So
we
the
get more than you?
Seahawks-
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Better story.
Yeah, the Seahawks have a week 5 bye week, which is brutal.
Oh God, those
Yeah.
are always the worst.
Yeah.
We have week 6.
That's
I think
not
ours is
much
week
better.
13.
Yeah, that's not
That's
too
right
bad.
about where I want to be. 12,
Yeah.
13.
Yeah,
'cause
that's a good
you're-
spot.
Yeah.
Kind of getting
That's
that
what we had
extra
last
week
year.
off
It was
after
13.
you get beat up. I hate the week 5 bye. We also have 2 Thursday night games, but they're back. They're in back-to-back weeks.
See, that's
So-
how you should do it.
Yeah. So like that second Thursday game, like the Sunday or whatever game that happens right after that, that's gonna kind of suck. But at least you have in between the 2 Thursday games, you have a full week in between.
Yeah.
It still
True.
sucks. Like I kind of hate it, but we have a bit of a gauntlet towards the end of the season for the Seahawks. Let me look up their schedule real quick. But they have a pretty rough stretch of games late, which, again, with that week 5 bye, I'm not
tired.
incredibly
You're
thrilled
gonna be
about.
tired.
They are going to be very tired. And it sucks because that's going to be like, kind of a pivotal part of the season. And that's when their schedule really does get pretty damn tough.
I'm going to call it right now too, Rick. Geno
that?
Smith does not play the full season.
Really?
Not this year.
I think with that early bye week, he's going to be gassed in week like 14, 15, and he's going to either have a strain injury or he's going to have some force of being forced out.
I hope you're wrong, but I mean, you make a compelling case there. So Shannon asked if we've seen the Titans schedule release video. I personally haven't seen any of the
have
NFL
not.
schedule release videos yet. But what's the deal with the Titans schedule release video?
They always do way too much. I haven't seen it either, so I couldn't tell you.
The Packers was mid. David Bakhtiari agrees.
It's very, very
Yes,
good.
sir.
He started a Twitter fight with the Packers VP of marketing.
So for this,
Pretty good.
so for us, I was kind of talking about that gauntlet late in the season. Starting with Thanksgiving, we have the San Francisco 49ers on Thanksgiving. Shannon, hold on. Shannon says,
Oh,
Titans-
they went around the stadium and asked people about it. Like, what do you think
Oh.
about and it's the people who don't know anything about football.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll have to watch that. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. No, but for the Seahawks, so late in the season, week 12 on Thanksgiving, they play the Niners. the very next week on Thursday again, they play against the Cowboys in Dallas. Followed up week 14 in San Francisco against the Niners again. So 2 out of the 3 weeks they're playing the Niners, and then Philly at home right after that. So San Francisco, Dallas, San Francisco, Philly, kind of late stretch there in the season. So
yeah, I do not envy
not sound
that
fun.
schedule.
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, their schedule overall isn't bad. I think the week 5 bye week makes that kind of gauntlet of 5 games, or excuse me. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 games right there. Kind of rough.
Yeah.
I don't have the Bears schedule pulled up in front of me, but
I
think overall I wasn't like the only thing that really pissed me off was the hold on.
lack of
Hey,
fun.
The only thing that
boys.
really Man, look at that sunshine.
Yeah, but I got a
man.
little tan going.
What up, buddy?
No, I'm saying the sunshine outside your window. It's dark where we're at.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's dusk, but
Well, it's
you're
like
not calling me your
7 o'clock.
sunshine.
Where
You
you
are my
at?
sunshine.
Thank you. Just wanted to hear it. All right,
Where
I
you
just
at?
joined in.
San Diego, right?
No, I'm in Reading
Reading.
okay.
That's
for
the-
Josh's
yes.
wedding.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
See?
I feel like the black sheep right now. Like everyone's at rehearsal, and I'm like the one guy that didn't get invited. Like, hey, anyone else who's not in rehearsal want to come hang out? And like, no one's answered. Like, really, guys?
That's what
funny.
my wife's doing right now. Is the rehearsal party for where we're at for our wedding is going on, and I have to
Have
go
you-
run and meet them.
Have you been living in sin this whole time?
What?
I said, have you been living in sin?
Yes, this whole time.
That's hilarious.
All right. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt with my shenanigans. What are we talking about?
You're
All
totally
good.
fine.
The schedule.
Schedule
Talking about the NFL schedule.
Yeah,
release.
I don't know if you had a chance to see the Hawks, but that week 5 bye.
I hate that.
It's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
schedule. I was just mentioning to them that the Seahawks have a pretty nasty little gauntlet of games, starting with Thanksgiving against the Niners. Follow that up against in Dallas against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then the Niners again in San Francisco, and then Philly at home right after that.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah,
late
I
in the
mean-
season. That sucks.
Arizona
Curious-
is coming up to play Chicago on Christmas Eve.
Oh wow.
They're making
I mean-
the desert team play in the frozen tundra.
No, it's,
Take it back.
you know,
Take it back. Take it back.
Oh yeah,
Like what?
because you called
That's-
Chicago the
that's-
frozen tundra.
That's
No,
my
no, no,
thing.
no. That's the true frozen tundra.
That's my thing.
Nah,
Take
nah,
it back.
no us.
What
Alien
game?
ship.
I have your. I have
The
your.
cold alien ship.
I have your schedule pulled up. What game were you concerned about?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't even know. Oh, the week 15, I think, going back to Cleveland.
Cleveland, December 17th.
Yeah.
I'll be
Last time
cold.
the Bears played in Cleveland, Justin Fields it was his first start, and he got sacked 9 times, and he was 6 for 13 or 6 for 14 or something like that.
And Cleveland just got a new edge rusher.
Who?
Zadarius Smith.
Oh yeah. Well,
That's going to
we've
be
never-
Cleveland's going to be interesting because I mean this is obviously Deshaun Watson's second season back.
first official full season though.
Right,
Mhm.
right. So if he can, time will tell if he can come back to form. Anything like he was in Houston.
This is the prove it season, though, don't you think? I mean, I think
Yeah.
we can all understand having one season to kind of get your foot,
Well,
You know,
half a season.
back, get back on the horse and all that. But now, do you think this is time to really show what he's got, or
Yeah, and see that he was worth like all that crazy money that they paid him,
250 something.
All the draft
plus
picks.
the-
guaranteed.
all the draft picks.
Yeah. All the masseuses. Good
fully
man.
All the
guaranteed.
masseuses
Yeah.
he wants.
And the Bears' lack
I'll tell you
of
what,
primetime
if
games is
if he
insane.
does, if he can become the Deshaun Watson of old, you know, how he was playing when he was in Houston,
Mhm.
that's a hell of a team.
That is. So, talking about that, Keith, he was saying that he was shocked about the lack of primetime games for the Bears.
Hey, buddy. All right, I gotta go. Later, dudes.
See you, buddy.
Hi, Josh.
But the lack of primetime games for the Bears, I guess the schedule is more open to flex games now, with Monday Night Football actually having some flex possibilities.
Yeah.
So,
The Packers have one week 17. That's supposed to be a primetime game
yeah.
against Minnesota. It's not going to stay, because you know who else plays that week? Cincinnati, Kansas City.
Oh,
We're,
yeah.
we're not keeping that. We're not keeping that primetime game.
It's funny that they have that on week 17 and then Bears Packers week 18.
Yeah.
And
the
week
Chiefs-
1. Week 1, week 18. Bookends. I hate it.
We do that with the
like it.
Lions. We used to do that with the Lions
know.
all the time.
I know. I don't like it.
But now we play the Thanksgiving game.
The Chiefs
Yeah.
actually come here to Jacksonville. I want to say like week 3 or 4.
Oh, dude, you should go.
I am absolutely going to go to that game.
That's going to be a really good game too.
Yeah. I think that the Jaguars are primed to skyrocket this season.
I think so too. And now they got Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
It'll be good. All right,
And what's
boys.
great what's great about it is he doesn't have to immediately be what he was in Atlanta, because they've
No.
got a good team around him that Trevor Lawrence is already
Exactly.
excelling with. So he'll have time to kind of knock the rust off and get back into, you know, football shape and you know, kind of
Yep.
refill himself out for the game.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. I'm excited to watch the Jaguars, and I think once we're back at computers and we have the full 5 of us, later this summer, closer to the football season, we should do predictions and stuff. I think it's a little early right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Want to see how everything shakes out in mini camps and OTAs and all that stuff, you know.
And
guys actually
XFL
see-
invites.
You
And
think
XFL
Tayamo's
invites.
going to get an invite after the
AJ
game?
McCarron is.
He really should.
Didn't AJ already get one?
No, he hasn't yet.
Oh, he hasn't? I'm pretty
but
sure
Danucci
he's
did, didn't he?
going to.
Yeah, I think Danucci got one for
The Bucks?
Who he got? That would be interesting.
God,
Wasn't-
they don't really have anybody. You guys start Kyle Trask?
Or
Grab the
Baker
Lynch,
Mayfield?
man.
Baker or
Or
John
Baker.
Oh, yeah,
Wolford.
that's right. Well, Wolford ain't nothing. He had
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
One good week.
I'll tell you what, if I'm a team that needs a quarterback, you know, maybe like the Washington Commanders, he was with them for a very short time. I would be
Who else?
calling his damn phone, Tiamu.
Oh, yeah.
I would be calling Jordan Tiamu's damn phone immediately after the XFL championship.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, fucking speed dial it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I said I was going to go short, and this is about as long as we go.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go a little long. Usually we go a little longer, but I need to get going, and I have to be the one to end the show.
Not a
So
problem.
any final weekend thoughts? Next week thoughts?
No, it should be fun. My wife is actually going to visit her mom this weekend, so it's going to be nothing but XFL and hockey for me this weekend.
That's sick. You
Happy
should
Mother's Day.
try to watch at least one NBA playoff game. They've been pretty good. If you
I
squeeze time in for it.
I will
I'm
try.
going to have to stream it if I want to watch it. I'm going to have to illegally stream it.
Oh, yes, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the moms.
To all the mothers.
Yes.
We love you
And
all.
yeah, it should be back full strength next week. I'm done with my crazy last month of travel and not being available. So
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else coming up on a Friday after this. For a while, at least.
The first week of June, I'm out.
That's fine.
I'm hoping I can
out
hear
for-
back from the Jacksonville Sharks here pretty soon about getting up there and shadowing their broadcast team later this month.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining. Be a friend. Share with all your friends.
Be a friend, tell a friend. Is what he says.
Be a friend, tell a friend. I don't care what he says. He's not here. He's seeing Jesus Christ Superstar.
It's probably over. He's probably driving home by now.
I'm here at on a winery trip for a wedding. I already told you guys I wasn't going to be in. I'm hosting. Come on now.
We love you, Ryan. Thank you.
It's my show. It's my show. All right.
Yeah, buddy.
Boys. It was good seeing you.
Likewise.
And we'll see you next Friday.
All right.
Boys.
Take it easy.